Hello, darlings. Welcome to a journey unlike any other. A journey to the very edge of the world, where the land meets the wild, untamed sea, and the air is thick with stories waiting to be told. Join me as we journey to the farthest reaches of Iceland, a land shaped by fire, ice, and the relentless sea. Here, every cliff and glacier holds a secret, and the landscape itself feels alive, breathing with ancient energy. But we're not chasing volcanoes or waterfalls this time. Our quest is for the forgotten fishing villages, clinging to the coast like memories, places where the past lingers in the salty air and every stone has a story to tell. Here the wind tells stories and the waves whisper secrets, hidden in remote fjords, far from the main roads. These are places where nature's voice is louder than any human sound, and solitude is a companion. Imagine leaving the city behind, trading its noise for seabird cries and the gentle lap of water on stone. The further you travel, the more the world seems to slow, inviting you to listen, to breathe, to simply be. These villages were once Iceland's lifeblood, bustling with those who braved the North Atlantic. Generations of families built their lives here, forging a bond with the sea that shaped their culture and their dreams. Now many are mere shadows, some deserted, others home to a few who keep the old ways alive. The echoes of laughter and hard work still linger, carried on the wind through empty streets and weathered doorways. This is a different Iceland, peaceful, melancholic, and deeply connected to nature's rhythms. Here, time seems to stand still, and the beauty is both stark and gentle, inviting quiet reflection. As we walk silent harbours and empty lanes, we step back in time, seeing remnants of a tough, nature-bound life. Each path and pier holds the memory of those who came before, their resilience etched into the landscape. The stories of these places are etched in crumbling walls and rusted boats. Every weathered plank and moss-covered stone is a testament to endurance, to hope, and to the quiet strength of those who called this place home. So I invite you to wander with me through these hauntingly beautiful places. Let's lose ourselves in the mist, the silence and the wildness that still lingers at the world's edge. We'll listen to the silence, feel the weight of history, and discover the enduring spirit of the Icelandic people. Their stories are woven into the land, waiting for us to find them. This is a side of Iceland few witness, a journey into memory, resilience, and quiet wonder. It's a place where the past and present meet, and where every sunrise brings a new sense of possibility. Put on your warmest jumper, breathe in the Arctic air, and let's begin. Let your heart open to the stories, the silence, and the wild beauty that awaits. I promise this adventure will linger with you long after it ends, an echo of Iceland's spirit carried with you wherever you go. Iceland's coastlines are wild, jagged cliffs plunging into the churning sea, not gentle beaches. Our forgotten villages hide in deep fjords, reached by winding roads hugging mountains and ocean. The landscape is raw, untamed, and humbling, a place where you feel like a visitor in a land ruled by ancient forces. In summer, green hills and wildflowers contrast with the ever-changing weather as mist rolls in from the sea. Turf-roofed houses blend into meadows, while brightly painted ironclad homes defy the grey. Silence here is profound, broken only by waves, seabirds, and the ever-present wind, a character in its own right. The wind carries stories of fishermen and families, echoing through these lonely, beautiful corners. Here, nature's voice is always louder than your own. To understand these villages, you must know Iceland's bond with the sea. Farming was tough, but the ocean teemed with life: cod, haddock, herring, feeding families and fueling trade. Settlements grew in sheltered fjords where boats could weather Atlantic storms. Life was dictated by tides and seasons, men at sea, women tending farms and processing fish. Isolation was the norm, especially in winter, forging tight-knit communities with unique traditions. Hardship was constant, but so was resilience and community spirit. The early 20th century brought change: motorized boats, processing plants, and a brief era of prosperity. Villages grew, schools and shops appeared, and for a moment the future looked bright. These were the bustling hearts of Iceland's fishing industry. Their later decline makes their story all the more poignant. Why did these thriving communities fade? The answer is a mix of progress and loss. Modern trawlers replaced small boats, operating from big ports and bypassing the fjord villages. Local processing plants closed, jobs vanished, and young people left for cities. Government centralization and new roads isolated the most remote villages even further. The fishing quota system favored large companies, stripping small communities of their livelihoods. Nature played its part too. Avalanches destroyed some villages, forcing relocations. The result, a slow exodus, empty houses, and an aging population. The silence now is heavy with the echoes of loss. These villages were squeezed out by economics, policy, and the raw power of nature. What remains is a haunting reminder of a way of life that could not survive the changing tides. Their story is one of resilience and heartbreak. Every empty house and rusted boat here has a story if you listen. The silence that fills these places is not emptiness, but a quiet chorus of memories and voices from the past. Each weathered wall and faded hull holds the laughter, the struggles, and the hopes of those who once called this coast home. Local legends linger, like the Huldufolk, hidden people said to help or hinder fishermen. Their presence is felt in the mist that rolls in from the sea, in the sudden calm after a storm, and in the stories whispered by elders around the hearth. One old man told me of a fisherman saved by a mysterious green light, perhaps the kindness of the hidden folk. He spoke with a reverence for the unknown, believing that the land and its spirits watch over those who respect them. These tales reflect a deep spiritual bond with the land and sea. Here, nature is not just a backdrop, but a living force, shaping every life and legend. But there are personal histories too, a woman watching for her husband's boat, her heart rising and falling with the tides, her gaze fixed on the horizon for any sign of return. Children playing on the shore, their laughter carried by the wind, weaving new memories into the fabric of the village. Fishermen mending nets and sharing laughter, their hands skilled from years at sea, their stories echoing those of their fathers and grandfathers. Some have returned, like the woman who inherited her family home and now tends her garden each summer. She plants seeds not just in the earth, but in the memory of her ancestors, nurturing both soil and story. She keeps the memory of the village alive, a living link to the past. Through her, the old ways and the old names are not forgotten but cherished and retold. Her presence is quiet defiance, refusing to let her home become just another ghost on the coast. She stands as a guardian of tradition, a reminder that belonging endures. These stories, mythic and personal, are the soul of these places. They are woven into every stone, every gust of wind, and every wave that breaks on the shore. They remind us that even in silence, life's echoes endure. The past is never truly gone. It lingers in the air, waiting to be heard. The wind carries them still, whispering stories to those willing to listen, and ensuring that the spirit of this place will never fade. Walking these villages is like stepping through a living museum. No glass, just wind and rain. Every footstep echoes with the memories of those who once called these places home, and the silence feels almost sacred. Abandoned homes stand as they were left, or slowly crumble back into the earth. Their walls, weathered by decades of storms, seem to hold on to the laughter, struggles, and daily routines of generations past. Harbours, once bustling, are now quiet, with old jetties reaching into the water like skeletal fingers. The sea that once brought life and connection now laps gently at the remains, a constant witness to change. Boats rest on shore, paint peeling, hulls breached, monuments to a lost livelihood. Each vessel tells a story of hard work, hope, and the relentless power of the ocean. Community life lingers in empty churches, silent schoolyards, and rusted fish plants. These places once echoed with voices, music, and the rhythms of daily life, now replaced by the hush of abandonment. There's sadness in these ruins, but also beauty as nature reclaims them. Wildflowers in pavement cracks, seabirds nesting on rooftops. Life finds a way to return, painting the decay with color and song. The silence is peaceful, not menacing. It invites reflection, a gentle reminder of the passage of time and the resilience of both people and place. Sometimes you find small treasures, a piece of pottery, a rusted tool, a single shoe, tangible links to the past. Each object is a fragment of a story waiting to be imagined. These objects whisper stories to those who pause to look. They invite us to wonder about the hands that held them, the lives they touched, and the moments they witnessed. Here, history is not just remembered, it's felt. The air itself seems thick with memory, and every shadow holds a trace of what once was. The past and present blend in every stone and shadow. Time moves slowly here, allowing the stories of yesterday to linger alongside the quiet of today. This is Iceland's memory, alive in the quiet. In these silent villages, the spirit of the past endures, woven into the land and the wind, waiting for those who listen. In these forgotten places, emotion washes over you, first sadness, then peace. The solitude isn't lonely, it's calming, a rare gift in our noisy world. The landscape's grandeur puts your worries in perspective. You feel small but connected to something ancient. Beauty is everywhere. In the light on the waves, the lichen on stone, a flower in the concrete. It's a raw, honest beauty, unpolished, powerful. You leave with respect for those who lived here and for nature's might. It's a humbling spiritual experience. The memory of this solitude stays with you long after you leave. In a crowded world, there's joy in seeking the lesser known. Visiting these villages isn't just tourism, it's exploration, a respectful step into a living story. This travel requires effort, but the rewards are deep connection, understanding, and preservation. We honor these places by treading lightly, listening, and sharing their stories, not to create new hotspots, but to foster appreciation. The crumbling walls and rusted boats are not just ruins, they're artifacts of real lives. So, seek out the forgotten, talk to locals, listen to their stories. In doing so, you help keep the spirit of these places alive. Our journey through Iceland's forgotten villages ends, but their story continues. These places are vital to Iceland's soul, reminders of resilience and change. Exploring them is a privilege, a pilgrimage to the heart of what it means to be Icelandic. There are more stories waiting, not just here, but in forgotten corners everywhere. By sharing these tales, we help keep memories alive for future generations. Thank you for coming with me to the edge of Iceland. I hope you've been as moved as I have. Until our next adventure, goodbye for now.